Hello everyone, Blue Shadow here and welcome to my World of Warcraft Legion impressions. Before everything else, this will be a two-part video. I will be focusing in the first part on lore, zones, quests, and artifact weapons. I would like through these videos to share my personal opinion, things that I liked, I disliked, things that bothered me, things that I found disappointing, and I would like to share it with you guys because, you know, I love you from the bottom of my heart. So, without further ado, let's begin. The first chapter in this mighty adventure would be lore. And when I say lore, I want to talk about what the hell happened in Legion. The tomb of Sargeras opened. Khadgar came to Prince Varian and told him, to King Varian, sorry, and told him that Gul'dan was not defeated. They could not defeat Gul'dan because they were weaklings. And now Gul'dan went to the broken shores, had a little, talk with the mighty Gul'dan and say, hey boy, I came back. Gul'dan said, but you already failed, the old version of you failed the mission. Now you have to take the mantle. Because yourself, your older version of yourself was a weakling, a neb. And now you have to undo his mistakes. And you Gul'dan said, yeah, no problem. I'm not the old version of me. I'm the better version of me. And I'll destroy everyone and anyone who opposes me. So, Gul'dan, continuing old Gul'dan's job, if you know what I mean. So, on the Broken Isles, new Gul'dan managed to open a portal and let all kinds of demons through Azeroth. I don't know how he managed to open the portal, but he let all kinds of demons to Azeroth. And the thing is that so many demons he let in that, you know, tall demons, sexy demons, slut demons, fat demons, short demons, all kinds of demons he let through that portal. And you know, when a regular demon comes to King Varian and tells him, man, I would like to work in your big city, this beautiful, magnificent city I would like to work in. And King Varian looks at him with a smirk on his face and tells him, go back to your planet. But I want to work here, on this planet, the demon said. Go back to your planet, you don't belong here. But you have all kinds of races, all kinds of midgets, all kinds of dwarves, all kinds of orcs here working on your planet. Can I work here too? I want to be a productive member of this society. But King Varian refused because he was stubborn and stupid. And of course, the demons got pissed off, started the war, and now, here we are. I think I twisted a bit of the original version of the story, but not by a lot. In the second chapter, we have zones. World of Warcraft Legion is composed out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major zones. And each and every one of these zones are different as you will see when I cover each and every one of the zones in particular. Juna, Val'Shara, High Mountain, Suramar are excellent zones. Stormheim is, for me, in my opinion, it was a bit of meh, you know, because the color scheme was the only 2 colors or 3 colors were in there. You know, that autumn feeling, that Viking feeling. I didn't get it so much, you know. The atmosphere of the zone wasn't. It didn't hit me like the other zones, you know. The Broken Shore is here when you first start in questing in Legion, and of course your humble Dalaran, where the amazing neutral city from Wrath of the Lich King, you know, Wrath of the Lich King, you remember that? You remember that, man? You just sit and fish there in Dalaran, horde behind you, just sitting there with your rod in your hand, you know, fishing. Amazing, I think. And Suramar is a huge city in the middle. I think 3 times as big as Dalaran. Huge city in the middle. Fascinating lore. This zone is it's interesting, nothing like I don't think like, I don't want to say we didn't have it before, but something like it, it's okay. Azsuna will be one of the first, if you want, zones to level up, and I personally leveled up first time in this zone. And I have to say, it impressed me. It has almost everything. A lot of rivers, a lot of night elf temples, a lot of lore behind it, a lot of mountains and trees. It's a good, for me it was a good starting zone. It has, as you can see now, a bit of hills, a bit of green grass. So you know, not everything is the same. That's what I love about this game, the diversity and the variety, mainly about this zone. See those tiny rivers, those tiny lakes there, temples on the mountain. Absolutely gorgeous. This next zone is called Val'shara, and it's absolutely gorgeous. This is my favorite zone to quest in World of Warcraft Legion. It has that night elf vibe to it. Everything is green, tall trees, the plains are full with flowers, birds, unicorns, night elf houses, roots everywhere. This is my favorite area. It's amazing, absolutely amazing, because it's, you know, such a cozy and connected feeling you have with nature. At least I have, in my personal opinion. And I loved this zone to death. It was a blast to level in it. For my third best leveling zone, it has to be High Mountain. As the title suggests, High Mountain is full of mountains. It's that area that it's snowy and it's got an Indian vibe to it, you know, like the Tauren. It has a very strong Indian vibe to it, and as I was leveling through this zone, I felt that cleanness, you know, that clean air, you know, traveling through the mountains, traveling between the mountains. It's a clean feeling. It was, admittedly, it was a bit too long, but it was worth every second of it. Look, the mountain, how it appears. Full of bridges, full of high bridges this area has, full of caves, snow, everything a mountainous area needs. And it's amazing because this zone are so varied, and it's such an amazing feeling. Just watch that waterfall straight from the mountain. It comes up, down in Stormheim. It's just fascinating to me. Those tall bridges, you know, crossing those bridges, you know, you feel a gush of air from the sides. Just absolutely amazing. I love this zone. Third favorite zone. Questing was awesome in it. For my last and least favorite zone in World of Warcraft Legion, we have Stormheim. This zone is composed of hills and rivers flowing between those hills. It has a strong Viking theme, it has a strong warrior theme. It's in a mountainous range because it's very close to High Mountain, and it has a sea close to it. I didn't like so much this zone because, as I told in my previous videos, immersion is a very strong factor for me, and this zone didn't do it for me at all because the color palette was dark and gritty. It was autumn, that autumn feeling it has, and it didn't have that wow factor what other zones had. I'm telling this because this was my last zone that I leveled up in, and I think that was one of the causes, you know, because I wanted to get to 100 fast. I wanted to experience how it is to be max level and all that. This zone didn't do it for me. My least favorite zone in World of Warcraft Legion. I think the developers could have done a better job. That's just my opinion. This next zone is called Suramar, and Suramar, it's a zone only for level 100 players. Initially, it's a huge city. It's a huge city of night elves, and as you see here, it's absolutely gorgeous. Just look at Dalaran compared to this. This city is absolutely gorgeous. Blizzard did an amazing job with it. The leveling is fun here, even at higher levels. It's fun to quest in here. It's the atmosphere is good, not the best. The atmosphere is good, and what can I say? It's a night elfy feel, a bit of blood elf, night elf mixture in it. Huge city in the middle, absolutely gorgeous. It has many rivers. It has hills. It has bridges. The soundtrack is awesome. You know, you have that, you know, melodic, you know, just don't let me fall asleep kind of soundtrack. And the lore is interesting because you have to help several night elves with their quests, you see. And it's a very interesting experience. But this city always gets me. This city is huge city just on the shore side of the sea, you know what I mean, man? On the seaside. Huge city on the seaside. Not only city but ruins as well. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. The song, the feel of it, it's nice. Now, let's talk a little bit about our favorite city from Wrath of the Lich King, Dalaran, which received a significant upgrade in my opinion. It's more beautiful now. Received a texture upgrade, and as you can see now I'm traveling through it. I will take you through this city. It didn't change a lot in my opinion, but you know, as you can see underground, the new textures, slightly sharper textures, new quests. This guy's doing a magic show. These little details I love about this game. These little details, and if you sit here and be patient and listen to him, he has many funny things to say, I promise. As you can see, the fruit vendor is back. But the biggest change what I noticed in Dalaran right now is the food vendor. The cheese vendors are back. See the cheese vendor there. See the cheese vendor. It's the sewer actually. If you now at this very moment, if you go into the sewer, and if you have a quest here in the sewer, you have to go. Where the fuck? You have to go talk to this guy and hire a guard, because in this particular Dalaran sewer, PvP is active, and anyone and everyone can engage in this amazing pastime known as PvP. And if you have a guard, it only takes you 5 gold from you. 5 minutes, 5 gold. You can do your things fast, get out of there. As you can see here, many skeletons, because people are dying over and over again. See, PvP is on the house here. You can PvP as long as you want. Let's get up out of here before someone tries to do nasty things with us. So there you have it. Here is Dalaran, a bit of an upgrade. Many different quests inside it. A guy who puts on a show. PvP in the sewer. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. In the third chapter, we will be getting quests. Integration of quests. Now, if you want to have a good experience with any MMORPG, you have to make quests engaging. And this quest and experience Legion is the best by far. From every World of Warcraft expansion, this questing system that they put in Legion now is the best that they ever did. Why do I say that? I say that because everything is smooth. So you start off by making your artifact quest. You start the Legion experience with your artifact missions. And you have time to do every single thing of the quest. You have time to do your normal quests. You have time to do your blacksmithing quests, you have time to do your artifact quests, class hall quests, aka warrior quests, and the main quest that comes with Legion. Nothing is rushed. Everything is smooth as butter. You just basically, as you level, these quests unlock progressively, you know, level 102, level 106, 108 and 110. Everything is fantastic experience. And I have to say, hands down, Blizzard, this is the best questing experience you did in all of World of Warcraft. Another thing that I like, what I like about these quests is that you can pick a zone from all the 4 zones, excluding Suramar, because Suramar is only level 100 for only level 100 people. Trust me, I tried. And you can level in any of the zones. And this way, you don't feel as pressured to, you know, this way in the past you would have quests that turn green and you had to move to the other zone. And you wouldn't be able to finish that previous zone. I mean, you would be able to finish, but it wouldn't give so much experience as the new zone would give. And this way, like I'm a completionist, to be honest. And this is a perfect system for me because I can finish every quest from one zone and then move to another, and then, you know, after that repeat the process. So it's very intelligently done. Bravo, Blizzard. This thing is awesome. The thing that I didn't like about this, the zone that I didn't like, I told you, is Suramar questing. Suramar questing was bland and boring for me. I don't know what it was. The atmosphere was not there for me, you know. The atmosphere was wrong. Too many grappling hooks things, too many Vikings, it just didn't do it for me. Point 3 in this chapter would be that every single class of every single spec has its own quests. And this thing, it's awesome because class identity is back. I preached in my vanilla World of Warcraft video, in the Nostalgia's closing thing video, that classes need their identity back. I miss the old warrior quests, you know, old warrior quests I missed those things, and now they are back and they are fresh and they are just amazing. Every single spec has its own quest line to obtain that artifact. And this is a big thumbs up for Blizzard. You made the right choices, the right decision. You put effort into every single spec of every single class. And this is amazing. Thank you very much. Now, the 4th point in this quest chapter is profession quests. And profession quests, you start by getting profession quests as soon as you start leveling, you know, 101, I think. And it's another thing I would like to applaud Blizzard for, because they did a good job with questing, with profession quests, that they made professions more engaging, they made professions more interesting by adding these quests. And through these quests, you gain levels in blacksmithing or whatever profession you are. You know, you start with no quest, no profession quest, and you pick a flower, or you mine a node, or you mine an elemental or something, or a demon, and all of a sudden you have a quest and you have to take it back to Dalaran, and it's an amazing experience. That's why I love to take Legion easily, you know, just don't rush through it, because not rushing through it made it a so much cleaner and smoother experience. So profession quests are thumbs up for me. Awesome. Chapter 4, Artifact Weapons. Artifact Weapons is a new thing that Blizzard introduced in World of Warcraft Legion. The thing about Artifact Weapons is that every class of every single spec, I repeat, every class of every single spec has its own unique artifact weapon. And I think it's amazing because, firstly, when you start your experience in Legion, when you start questing, the first thing you do is get your artifact weapon. That's the first thing you do. Get your artifact weapon for your main spec. And I wanted to show you guys right here that, for example, if you click on Warrior, Arms, Stormcar, the War Breaker, Fury, War Swords of the Valajalalala, Protection, Scale of the Earth Wanderer. As you can see, each spec has its own artifact. The next point I want to talk about is how that artifact looks and what it does. As you can see here, this is my main weapon on my warrior. And the first 2 points you get are free. You can go anywhere you want on the talent tree and unlock every single thing. The thing about this artifact talent tree is you need artifact power. And you get artifact power doing every single thing in the world. You can get artifact power through everything, through questing, killing rares, dungeons, raids, PvP, every single thing you do gives you artifact power. World quests, everything you do gives you artifact power. The artifact power becomes more and more, becomes greater and greater. As you see here, 1450. We start at 0. We started at 100. So it goes up and up and up and up. And by the time you unlock 2 major traits, for example, here you unlock the first and the second trait, the artifact, you have huge artifact power to gain. And it's the thing about artifact power is as you empower your weapon more and more, the harder it becomes to empower it additionally. And as you quest, you gain more artifact power than you used to gain at level, say, 101 or 102. The artifact power increases as your sword, as your talent tree increases. And if you want to, for example, put your artifact power, you gather enough artifact power and you put it in a secondary weapon, you can reach high stats almost immediately because of artifact knowledge. As you can see here, I'm in my class hall, my warrior's class hall. The warrior is the greatest class of all time, you know. The warrior is the greatest class of all time. No one compares to it. No one comes close to it. Okay, whatever. So, I want to talk a bit more about the next thing about the artifact, because you see here these 3 points up there. Yeah, that's called a relic. So, what's a relic? A relic allows your weapon to become more and more powerful, and it affects your artifact talent points. See here, normally I would have 3 imprecise strikes, but the relic gives me another point. And there are different relics: blood relics, iron relics, shadow relics, nipple relics, holy relics, fell relics, asshole relics, all kinds of relics. And as you increase the relic's item level, as you can see here, it increases your sword item level. So your big ass motherfucking ass sword becomes more powerful. And if you unlock the 3rd artifact relic, which is a pain, by the way, I might add, by the way, it increases a massive boost to your artifact weapon. So these are my talent trees. As you can see here, I'm gaining very, very hard artifact power. And see, with each point, first you started grants 60 artifact power items. First up, you start at 60, and then move up the chain like a boss and gain 495. I can gain upwards to 2,000 per item. Now, okay, next up, I want to talk about artifact appearance. You see that artifact appearance? This is your basic artifact appearance. This you start out with. And as you level, as you do quests, as you do everything, for example, recover one of the pillars of creation, you gain the green eye artifact appearance. And recover Light's heart and bring it to the safety of your order's hall. Another skin and another skin. And these achievements, what you get, complete, for example, complete the warrior class hall campaign, gives you more artifact skins. The PvP artifact skins are right now. For example, complete a quest, the victor spoils after reaching prestige level 1, badass, you know. and gets even more badass as you go in the prestige ranks. Your artifact gets even more badass as you go. You know what I mean. You look at that badassness, man. Look at that. Look at it. Look at that badass motherfucker, man. Now, the thing that bothers me about artifact weapons is that some of them are not so awesome as their counterparts. For example, Stromkar the Warbreaker for Arms Warrior. Never even heard of this before, man. Never even heard of this before Legion came. For example, compare this to Ashbringer, you know. What... In your warrior quest, you go and take Stromkar from a octopus. His head, and that octopus's blood went into the blade and it made him more powerful. You can play that shit to the... Compare that shit to the Ashbringer who defeated thousand millions of skeletons who severed Frostmourne in half. All that shit, man. Why, for example, if I want to give some feedback over this, you could have given us the Axe of Cenarius, you know. It was given to Thrall, so Thrall has it now stashed somewhere in his dirty ass flea-ridden trunk. I don't know what he does with it, but you could give us that, for example, the first fucking weapon who could, you know, inflict damage upon Sargeras, for example. That would be fucking awesome. I would fucking love to have that weapon, but, you know, what can you do? You get what you get. So, that's it for part 1. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. In part 2, we'll be covering classes and PvP. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have an awesome day.